Sometimes relax after multiple treatments. They realize that it feels good. It doesn't help with the relief. Perfect. You're getting cold. You're all wet. Girl. I put the bone doses for you. It's right over there. Sorry, I don't know where it is. I'm going to take for or actually maybe just wait a seconds. Here we go. Oh, I know. The hearing expert.
Shadow, a healthy 12-year-old. But just a few months earlier, he was immobilized with pain.
Hunched up in a ball, crying, sad eyes, wouldn't move. When he went to the bathroom, he couldn't move out of the way of his own feces. I mean, I even trimmed some hair off the top of his head, thinking that this is the end and we're going to have a keepsake.
He was the worst case scenario that I've ever seen. A dog who physically can't get up at all. He was bad. He was in really bad shape.
But this hospital in New York State had just begun using MLS laser therapy to alleviate pain, reduce inflammation, and improve mobility. MLS laser therapy was suggested as a last resort.
I love my dog. We spent thousands of dollars in the last year with other things. Let's go. Let's do it.
It helps relieve the inflammation. It helps with the pain, any muscle spasms he has in his back. His pain in general will be less. His ability to move will be easier. You can't reverse age, unfortunately, but you can try to make him feel better and be more comfortable, and this is exactly what will happen with this.
Shadow responded almost immediately.
If it was going to work, I didn't think it would happen that fast. 2 or 3 days, he was able to walk out of the hospital, into my car, back home, and we just brought him back for subsequent treatments. He's able to go up the stairs in the deck, run around the yard. He's a poster child for miraculous recoveries.
Shadow's case is not unusual. Across the country, pet owners are praising MLS laser therapy, and so are veterinarians.
I am thrilled, and I'm totally sold, and I would really recommend it to anybody. It enhances care. Clients love it.
Animals actually get off and walk better immediately. I've had where people said it took a day.
And we started having people come back to us saying, hey, he's walking normally now. He hadn't walked normally for 6 months, and now after 3 treatments, he's taking no pain medications anymore.
Would I want to practice without him? No.
Once you try it, and I was very skeptical at the beginning, once you try it on a few cases, you become a believer pretty quickly.
We have a day bed that is their treatment bed, and I mean, as soon as they know they're going into that room, they jump right up and lay down. I mean, that's how much they enjoy it, probably like a good massage.
Those veterinarians and hundreds of others are passionate fans of MLS laser therapy, which has proven to be remarkably effective for treating pain and inflammation, and for healing wounds.
The best application that I've seen is with osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease in older dogs. Probably the next best thing after that is wounds, actual wounds, relieving inflammation, relieving pain. It's remarkable for that.
Another one of those remarkable cases is Lainey, who could barely walk as a puppy.
She was just kind of hobbling with her front legs, and and being a puppy, I knew that wasn't right.
The diagnosis, even as a puppy, was severe bilateral elbow dysplasia. Anybody that would see this could see that this is severe, and it's almost amazing that the dog can actually even walk.
They said that we probably would have to put her down, that she wouldn't be able to walk.
As a last resort, doctor and patient decided to try MLS laser therapy.
She saw significant improvement after this dog had 1 treatment.
I don't think that she would be alive without that machine. It makes her feel good. She loves her treatments, and I think that machine is just fantastic.
Had I not been part of this, I don't know that I could believe this, especially looking at these radiographs and seeing the way she can play and run and jump and how she's not in pain. I would say to me, it's almost a miracle.
She's going strong, and I think she's gonna live to be an old lady.
Laser therapy has been used around the world for more than 30 years, but most units had a single wavelength and were limited in effectiveness. Cutting Edge, the worldwide leader in the surgical laser market, has introduced a therapy laser that has 2 synchronized wavelengths, which transfer energy to damaged tissues at the cellular level. Mls Laser Therapy, which is totally safe and has no side effects, has been proven effective in treating arthritis, acute and chronic pain, back injuries, sprains and strains, inflammation and edema, and wound healing.
Animals are moving that normally couldn't move. You know, it sounds like this is a voodoo type of thing, but it isn't. It really works well, and if you look at the physiology of it, it makes perfect sense to stimulate, the ATP chain for electron transfer. Because of the 2 wavelengths that are in the laser head, we reduce the swelling and we stimulate the healing process.
It changes the way we think about these chronic conditions. We can help the body heal itself, which in my thinking is always better than us giving them something. If we can stimulate the body has an amazing ability to heal itself if we can just guide it. And the laser gives us that ability to focus that healing and guide the body and help it over the humps that it can't get over. And that's what it does for us.
This is Brandy. He's on his 4th laser treatment. He had an anterior cruciate ligament torn last week, and we operated on him. He'll be back to his old self very soon. Yeah, we were all skeptical when we started until we saw the results, so I think you have to be until you see it for yourself.
The staff was seeing the difference, and it made you go, yeah, it's not me just being hopeful. These people see these pets doing much, much, much better.
How are you? Good. Nice to see you.
Dr. Robert Harper has been practicing for more than 30 years. With MLS Laser Therapy, he now has an option to manage pain, improve mobility, and improve the quality of life for young and older animals alike without prescribing drugs.
We see a lot of disc disease. We say, you ought to just have 1 laser therapy. If you don't want to hospitalize them and get x-rays, at least have 1 laser therapy, and you'll be delighted in how good this fella does. And they do wonderful. The people call you back, or they'll send you a little note saying, Oscar's doing wonderful. And you go, yeah, that's great, makes you feel good.
You're using less pharmaceuticals or less drugs or no drug pain management. That's really important to the clients. I mean, no one likes taking all this stuff if you don't have to.
Another example, Mark Youngke and his dog Cash, whose post-op recovery was nothing short of remarkable.
He wasn't able to walk on that leg going in, and he walked on that leg coming out, and that was only 3 minutes on that machine tops. It made me feel good that there's things out there for, instead of just humans, also for our pets.
In one case, it was a Bichon Frise, 13 years old, wasn't going upstairs anymore, and we convinced them to, let's try something a little bit different. 1 treatment, laser therapy, dog comes back in 3 days later. She was beaming, smiling. Oh my God, she ran up the stairs. So it was, I was thoroughly impressed.
Laser therapy has long been used on horses. Now it is finally affordable and available for companion animals, and not just dogs.
You can actually see a difference in the cats. Cats tend to hide their pain very well, so it's nice. You can actually see a physical difference, just in their demeanor and how they're moving around, if they're getting up and down the stairs better, jumping on and off the bed. Makes a huge difference for them.
They claimed a 95% success rate. I claim 99.9% success rate. I'm a firm believer in this. I think it's a very good adjunct to therapy.
Cutting-edge MLS laser therapy has been a godsend to pet owners, many of whom have nearly given up hope.
Considering my dog was a sporting dog out in the field, to have him not on all 4 legs, it wasn't easy. And then to see him back on 4 legs that's what I wanted, From where he was to where he is, how bad his knee was, I won't say it's a miracle, but It's close.
The laser therapy for Pepper made her walk faster, made her hurt less. There was no swelling. She was back to normal, like I said, back to normal in 8 to 12 weeks. It was just absolutely fantastic and phenomenal, and I would recommend it to anyone. It was that good.
Hello, my name is Dr. Clyde Dunphy of Capitolini Veterinary Services. I'm here to talk to you today about Class 4 laser therapy, deep tissue laser for treatment of chronic pain, inflammation, and post-surgical treatment. Class 4 laser therapy uses a beam of laser light to penetrate deep tissue without damaging it. Laser energy induces a biological response in the cells called photobiomodulation, which leads to reduced pain, reduced inflammation, and increased healing speed and time. Laser therapy has been scientifically proven to be successful in treating most post-surgical pain and many acute and chronic conditions. At Capitolini, we use it on all of our post-surgery cases to reduce pain as part of our pain management protocol. Does it work? Let's ask one of our clients whose patient, Pugsley, is being treated today with laser therapy.
And not as painful. It used to be real painful, you can tell, and grimacing when he would try to push his head up, he would grimace. But then the last few treatments, last week, we started noticing a big difference in it.
Thanks for watching this video on deep tissue laser therapy. I'm happy to answer your questions and hope I provided you some valuable information as to how laser therapy can benefit your pet. Please visit us on our website and like us on Facebook. And we look forward to seeing you soon at Capitolini Veterinary Services, where healthy pets make happy people.
Devin was experiencing pain.
As he's aged, he's become less mobile, has difficulty standing.
Sugar's about 17 years old, and she has a lot of arthritis, and she has trouble getting around.
Paco was very slow. I had to help him up into the car at times. He was not comfortable in doing what he wanted to do.
Laser therapy, a drug-free, surgery-free alternative to pain relief for your pet. Just like people, pets suffer from all kinds of pain, like arthritis, injury pain, post-surgical pain, and aches and pains associated with aging. Now, with advancements in laser technology, you can provide your pet with long-term pain relief that has no side effects.
It doesn't require any surgery. It doesn't require any medication.
She's able to get around much easier. She doesn't strain as much.
This is helping him to maintain a level of mobility that I'm convinced he would not normally have.
The Companion Therapy Laser by LightCure uses deep penetrating light energy that relieves your pet's aches, pains, and stiffness.
We brought him to the vet, and he was diagnosed with spondylosis and hip dysplasia. And that brought him in for the laser therapy, which we've been doing since then.
Laser therapy is scientifically proven and successful in treating post-surgical pain and many acute and chronic conditions such as inflammations, tooth extraction pain relief, sprains, strains, fractures, degenerative joint disease, lick granulomas, hip dysplasia, otitis, arthritis, and tendinitis.
He's an old dog. He has a real hard time getting up.
He could no longer climb stairs easily. He was falling down the stairs.
He was so pained and sore that like your child is sick and you can tell without even saying anything to him. It was the same with him.
Laser therapy reduces pain, reduces inflammation, and increases the speed of healing through the use of deep penetrating laser light.
The companion therapy laser helps your pet's body use its own natural healing powers by activating and stimulating a positive cellular response.
She just gets put on the usual table. We put on some eyeglasses to protect our eyes, and they just sit and figure out which spots that you need to have the work done on that are most uncomfortable.
Laser light is delivered through a non-invasive handpiece to the affected area. Your pet will feel a gentle and soothing warmth.
And they just do the laser through there. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't make a lot of loud noise, and it's over very quickly.
The results have been dramatic. Devin hasn't needed many therapy sessions in order to get real results.
Just walking in general, she gets around a lot better.
The therapy was an absolute amazing tool that has prolonged his working life for sure.
He was able to play with the other dogs in a way that he hadn't been able to participate in a long time.
I take him out the front door and he runs and plays and we have a good time.
Treatment protocols are unique to each patient and typically take a matter of minutes. When appropriate, laser therapy can be used as a complementary adjunct to current treatment plans.
Paco is at times my best friend. Paco is my guardian. There's nothing that he wouldn't do to protect me. Bringing him here and getting him that treatment has given him a little bit back from my side. I've been able to give him some of his health back, some of that youthful feeling that he had before, so that he's not just my pet, he can stay my partner. There's no question Paco would not be working today. He would be retired my house pet if it weren't for laser therapy.
Ask your veterinarian if companion therapy laser therapy could be right for your pet.
Sometimes your pet doesn't feel well, whether it's the stress of daily activity, the natural aging process, or healing from injury. All bodies have an innate desire to heal themselves. K-Laser provides your veterinarian a non-pharmaceutical solution to target the cells that lead to the body's natural repair mechanisms. At K-Laser USA, our goal is to enhance the body's ability to heal itself by stimulating the natural functions of converting oxygen into cellular energy. Blood is the conduit for the transport of oxygen and nutrients to the cell and waste products like lactic acid and carbon dioxide away. Generating local circulation is one of the primary mechanisms of laser therapy. In the capillaries, blood flow is regulated through microscopic pressure and thermal gradients. Targeting water with radiation, most efficiently at 970 nanometers, is the best way to produce the temperature gradients that will increase localized blood flow. Once more blood reaches the cells, the hemoglobin that carry the oxygen have to reduce or drop off their oxygen supply. As you can see, they do so sporadically at their normal pace. At the same time, these blood cells carry the waste products away from the cells. Laser therapy can speed up this process because when hemoglobin absorbs light, most efficiently at 905 nanometers, this reduction process increases and the blood dumps more of its oxygen to the cell to be processed into cellular energy. Once out of the blood, oxygen passes through the membrane and into the mitochondria, where it's processed by a chain of respiratory enzymes whose end product is ATP. Here, oxygen is processed by the last of the respiratory chain of enzymes. Cytochrome oxidase is the transport enzyme between the end of the respiratory chain and ATP synthase, the enzyme that produces ATP. Each back and forth cycle produces a molecule of ATP, and you can see that without laser, this process happens at its normal pace. But in either state of this enzyme, whether reduced or oxidized, if it absorbs laser light, most efficiently at 800 nanometers, it will flip. More laser means more energy to the cell and quicker healing by the body. Because K-laser treatments increase circulation and enhance healing, there is no limit to the benefit your pet can enjoy. Pain is reduced and function is restored. Bring them back to their youth, and your best friend will bring back nothing but happiness. Ask your veterinarian today about how K-Laser can help your pet get off the ground and into your arms.
I'm Allison Woody. I'm a veterinarian. I graduated from Colorado State University in 1999. I've recently started a specialization in dentistry, and I've been using lasers for about 4 years. So I'm really excited to be using the BioLase Epic V Series laser for both pain therapy and surgical procedures. Using the new BioLase Epic V Series laser for pain therapy is very easy. Just remove the surgical handpiece by using the 2 buttons at the bottom and replace it with the deep tissue therapy handpiece. You're going to choose your settings based on the size of the animal, the type of animal, and whether it's light or dark. Always remember to use your safety goggles. Never point the laser at anyone or at the dog's eyes. Once you activate the laser, just begin treating the area. The guard here is going to help spread the hair so that the laser makes contact with the skin. Treat the affected area and then gradually move around to expand the treatment area size. Always keep moving so that the skin doesn't get too hot. Usually an awake patient will let you know if that happens, but it's very important if you're treating an anesthetized patient to stop periodically and check with your hand to make sure that the area isn't getting too warm. Most treatment areas, larger musculoskeletal areas, will be treated for approximately 10 minutes for pain therapy. And it's all going to depend on the size of the area, the color of the dog, and the size of the dog. And that's it.
Somebody's very interested.
Oh, it's hot.
That's it.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Okay. And then increase that power.
Probably 2 watts, right?
At least, yeah.
Should I go more?
We'll start off at 2, and if it doesn't work, just increase it more.
This is Brody. He's an 8-year-old rat terrier. His owner presented him with this little adenoma mass here. She'd like to have it removed, but we want to try to avoid an anesthetic procedure. So we're going to use the BioLase Epic V laser in 2 watts continuous mode. And all we need to do here is, after we initiate the tip for surgery, we just lift up on the mass gently and fire the laser perpendicularly to the tissue, and you can see that it just peels back very nicely and comes right off.
Recently introduced into veterinary medicine, MLS laser is a treatment for pain, inflammation, swelling, and for the repairing of injured tissues. With regard to pain reduction, the therapy laser stimulates the synthesis of pain-reducing biochemicals in the body, specifically endorphins and encephalin. All cells and tissues are bathed in a fluid that is constantly drained and renewed by the lymphatic system. Since the laser stimulates lymphatic drainage from a site, it also considerably reduces swelling and inflammation, which in and of itself has a pain reduction effect. Finally, the therapy laser stimulates muscle and trigger points, providing musculoskeletal pain relief. Accelerated healing is another benefit of the therapy laser, as photons of emitted light penetrate deeply into the tissues to stimulate rapid cellular reproduction and growth. These photons also increase the amount of energy available to cells so that they can absorb nutrients while eliminating waste products faster. As a result of all of this, tissues such as tendons, ligaments, muscle, and skin are repaired more quickly. Another phenomenon that stimulates faster healing is the opening or dilation of small blood vessels in an area. More blood supply brings in healing cells faster, accelerating the healing process while reducing the formation of scar tissue. In my practice, we use therapy laser to speed up postoperative healing, treat degenerative joint disease and osteoarthritis, intervertebral spinal disc injuries, and for tissue regeneration in all manners of tissue injuries such as fractures, burns, deep lacerations, and other traumatic injuries. Most importantly, the MLS laser provides all of this benefit with zero side effects. Up next in my veterinary rehabilitation video series, I will be discussing an all too often overlooked aspect of rehabilitation care, the nutritional side of rehabilitation.
She might take a break here in a second. FYI. She might take a break from it in a second.
Let her look it in.
So now, sure you do the same with bonsai, no problem.
True fence, no problem.
If you're doing LED always runs in a pulse mode.
So James, question for you then is when you're chasing something around, or like, how much does that, like if there's a break, like she moves away for a second and I get it right back in there, how is that?
No, no problem, don't worry. No,